Hi everyone, happy Wednesday afternoon here. Mike and we're just kind of going all over what we got going on right now, and hopefully I'll be able to talk a little bit more as this goes on. But right now we have some rain and snow showers coming through northeast and central Pennsylvania as that cold front moves on through the area here. You can see very elevation dependent, so mountain flakes with valley rain as expected here as we head through our Wednesday afternoon. So as we take a look outside our station right now, you can see we're seeing kind of a mix. You got some snowflakes. We also have a little bit of raindrops coming through right now, but nothing, at least in the valleys, is sticking here. And even some moderate precipitation looks like it's coming down at this point. So let us know in the comments what you're seeing. It's going to change based on your elevation. So interested to see what everyone is seeing at this hour here as we go through the afternoon. Here's a look at temperatures, and this is also helping to determine what you're seeing right now. We're in the 30s in parts of Susquehanna County as well as Wyoming and Bradford County, 36 Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, 39 in Bloomsburg, and 43 there in Selinsgrove. So you can see why you're seeing the precipitation that you are at the moment here. We're really just dealing with two types across our region, and I'll take this off so you can see the whole thing. It's this rain one here where we got warm air just at the surface, and that's just causing that snow above to melt to just plain rain, and then snow. So depending if you're at 32 or below all the way to the surface, or if you have some warm air at the surface, is dictating whether or not you got the rain or you're getting the snow at this hour. So let's zoom in. And this is a look at northeast Pennsylvania right now. So you can see we got some snow showers coming through parts of Wayne and Susquehanna County, Lackawanna County there, even some moderate snow, maybe at times, some heavier bands coming through. Clifford, you're getting a bit of a mix. Scranton, again, in the valley near the river, probably just getting rain. But once you start heading up in elevation, that's when you start seeing that change over to some snow. Looks like it's all snow for the most part near Lake Honesdale, similar situation. Once you start getting down into that valley, you see that switch over to the rain for you. Pike County elevation, once again, Milford, at least downtown, probably seeing just some plain old rain. Same thing like rocks in there, but as once we head into the elevations, you switch over to snow. Wilkes-Barre, well, at least here in Plains Township, we saw we're getting a mix at the moment, and that's what we're seeing here. Back Mountain starting to, looks like get a little bit of a break there, and this will happen. You'll get a break in some areas, such as LaPorte, for example, not seeing anything at the moment, and then all of a sudden we'll have another round come through later on today. Berwick, similar situation, and same thing in Kidder. So name of the game right now is just the fact that we're seeing that precipitation switching over. Now in the Poconos, it's mainly raining at the moment here. Temperatures are a little too warm for you at the moment there in Stroudsburg and Jim Thorpe. You're getting mainly rain, although it does look like once we head into Penn Forest and Kidder area, we're maybe starting to see some of that mixing. Same thing in the Blakesley area here in Monroe County. We're starting to see a little bit of that mixing there. Or I'm sorry, not Blakesley, up by Mount Pocono. We're seeing a bit of that mixing there. Out in central Pennsylvania at Bloomsburg and Snyder, Union County area here, you're getting just plain rain. Susquehanna Valley, just too warm as usual, usually the warm spots, and that's what we're seeing. But like I said, we're going to have another round coming through. It's already moving into parts of Clinton and Lycoming County. You can see that mixing once again there. Renovo getting a bit of a mix. Cogan House, you're about to start seeing some more precipitation here. Cummings there getting a little bit of it. Same thing in Gallagher and Jersey Shore area with this. And that will continue as we go through the next couple of hours. I do want to also mention the fact that you can see some of these darker blues showing up. We could get some heavier banding to pop up here. And when that happens, you could see some reduction in visibility. So just keep that in mind as we go through the afternoon. As you're driving home from work and school, you may encounter some of those heavier bands. It may lead to a very quick drop in visibility. But you can see where that cold front is coming through at the moment here, starting to move into our area right there. In fact, let's put on the surface map here, and you can see actually they have it moving a little bit faster than that. But behind it, the winds will be out of the northwest. We're still going to deal with that precipitation as this front comes through this afternoon and early this evening here. So for the ride home, well, you're going to be keeping the precipitation around, obviously, at least for this area here in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton is showing 40 degrees. That is why we're dealing with just rain on this graphic here, but it is going to be elevation dependent. So don't think everyone's going to get all rain. It will just depend on your elevation. Here's a look at a more futurecast model, and we'll continue to see this for a couple more hours as we head into right around 5, 6 o'clock, things start to wrap up here. entirely. And then as we go into tonight, maybe a few leftover flurries. But other than that, everything should be pretty much quieting down at that point. If you're up in New Milford and northern Wayne County, you might get a few flurries tomorrow morning, but that'll be it for your Thursday. Thursday is going to be a very cold day, even for March standards. We're going to be barely getting into the 40s across the area here. In fact, many of us, I don't think, will get into the 40s. Friday will be a dry day, but then our next system comes in Friday night. We're going to talk more about this as well, but you can see that precipitation arriving Friday night into Saturday morning, and we could see a little bit of that higher elevation mixing here as we go into Saturday morning, although it does look like that will be mainly confined to the highest elevation spots. So for tonight, here's kind of a summary of what you can expect the next several hours. Scattered rain and snow showers with some snow squalls and slick spots possible, mainly in the higher elevation. The elevation you're at will decide whether or not you get rain or whether or not you get snow. If you are in the mountain areas, you can look at maybe a coating to 1 inch at most. So not going to be a big deal with that, but you might be able to pick up a dusting to 1 inch. With this, it's also going to start getting breezy. You can see those colors starting to fill in parts of Clinton and Lycoming County. We're going to see the winds pick up here as we go through the afternoon and evening. And that's also going to lead to, a chilly day tomorrow. So here's a look at future wind gusts. We're looking 25, 35 miles per hour as we go through the evening and overnight tonight here for the most part. But then tomorrow, you see those winds still going to be whipping around there, especially on the peaks. We're going to be seeing those gusts highest in the mountain areas as we go through tomorrow. Afternoon, even getting up to 35, maybe getting close to 40 miles per hour. We'll see in the highest elevations of Wayne County. But otherwise, it will be in the 20s and 30s for the winds, and then they die down as we head into your Friday. Here's a look at tomorrow's highs. Like I said, it's going to be a cold day tomorrow. We're barely going to get into the 40s, even in the Susquehanna Valley, where we're usually a bit warmer. You see highs across the board in the 30s for tomorrow. So it's going to be a cold Thursday here. Our average high, keep in mind, is 49 this time of year. It's also going to be windy, and that's going to lead to the wind chill. So here's a look at the wind chill forecast for tomorrow. So just keep in mind, even though the thermometer will say it's above freezing, it's actually going to feel more like you're in the mid-20s tomorrow. And if you're in the highest elevation areas, you're probably going to feel more like you're in the low 20s. So it's going to be a chilly day tomorrow. But the good news is it doesn't last very long here. We'll warm back up as we head into Friday. Friday day is going to be nice, but Friday night, kind of a different story as this next system comes in. We saw it on that higher resolution model earlier, showing a little bit more detail here. The timing looks like most of the precipitation holds off until after midnight Friday night and heads into Saturday morning. You see a little bit of that mixing as you head into New York State. Would not be surprised if we get that in the mountain areas as well. Most of this is going to be rain for us here. You can see that it's all green as you head into Saturday morning. So if you have any plans Saturday morning, just know that you're probably going to need the umbrella and the rain jacket here as this system comes on through. As we get colder behind it, up in Bradford, Susquehanna, and Wayne County, may be able to switch over to a bit of a mix there at the end, very end, but it's going to be mostly rain here. So this is what we see right now with that system. Dry Friday morning and afternoon. Precipitation will arrive Friday night, late Friday night, most of it after midnight actually. And then wintry mix to rain, switching to rain for pretty much everyone as we head into Saturday. And it's just another elevation dependent event here. That's very common this time of year, in part because temperatures are warming up. So once you have warmer temperatures into the mix, then all of a sudden things start getting a little bit harder to get those pure snow events here across our area. I do want to show you guys this with the temperatures. Like I said, tomorrow going to be a cold day, and then we do warm things back up as we head into next week. So for those of you who are sick of the cold completely, just hang in there because we do get back into the 50s on Monday. And in fact, as we look at next week here and on the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook, you can see that temperatures are likely to be above average for the end of March. So our average right now, right around 50 degrees. This doesn't say it's going to be 60s or 70s. It just says that, okay, we're 50. We're probably going to be higher than that, at least most of the days next week. So warmer, more milder weather is on the way. Just got to be patient here. We got a few more things to go through here. And it looks like we have a snow squall warning actually now in effect for the area. So let's go to that here. They just issued a snow squall warning in our area. So we'll take a look here at once this loads up. It might take a few seconds here. So now we have a snow squall warning in effect for parts of Carbon and Monroe County. This does include Kidder, Jim Thorpe, Chestnut Hill, and Mount Pocono. Again, it's going to be very elevation dependent with this. So some of you are probably just going to get some rain, but until 3:15, we have that snow squall warning where visibility could drop down to a quarter mile or less. So if you are driving in the Poconos, especially along I-80, it looks like between Kidder and, let's see if we can get that to pop up there, Long Pond and Kidder there on I-80. Just be aware that you might get a very quick drop in visibility as this comes on through, and that goes until 3:15. So about what, another 45 minutes? So we could see a few more of these snow squall warnings as we go through the afternoon. So don't be surprised if that happens. For your area, especially if you're in the mountain areas here, in fact, you can see it looks like a band of some moderate snow coming through Scranton at the moment, and Archbald, Clark Summit area. We're starting to see some of that snow shower activity. So just be a heads up that if you're driving along 81 there, the Northeast Extension up in Lackawanna County might get a very quick drop in visibility. With that one, Wilkes-Barre, same thing, especially in the Back Mountain area and Dallas area. It looks like we're starting to see some more of that snow. Lehman, same thing, Nanticoke there. But we do have that snow squall warning in effect for parts of Carbon Monroe County until 3:15. So we'll see if we get any more of those issued. But that's pretty much what we're dealing with right now is this elevation-dependent rain snow event that continues for probably another 2-3 hours, and then things will wrap up from there. But that's all I got for you guys right now. So thank you all for tuning in here. Hopefully we will not see any more of these snow squall warnings, and things will just quiet down over the next couple of hours. But of course, if there's any updates, we will let you know right here on Facebook and also YouTube. Have a great day. We'll see you later.